area of a circle. So how do we find the area of a circle? There's only a single formula we need to learn this time, and that is that A, the area, is equal to pi, that special number from before, 3.1415 and so on, multiplied by the radius squared. Another way of thinking about it is it's pi times the radius and then times by the radius again. It's worth noting that if we are given the diameter, we must halve it first to find the radius. There isn't a formula if you know the diameter, you just have to halve it to find the radius. Why is it this formula? Well, the best way to think about it is if you split your circle into lots of sectors, all the same size, and then line them up as I have done over here. Spin them around and then line them up like so. If you did it so there was lots and lots and lots of sectors and they were really small, you would have actually eventually end up with a rectangle that has length r and width half of the circumference. Now if you remember from the circumference is 2 times pi times r, and it would be half of it, so half of 2 times pi times r, or just pi times r. So then the area is pi times r, so it's pi times by r times by another r, or pi r squared. Okay, so if you didn't quite understand that, don't worry about it, you're not tested on anything like that, it's just for those who are curious on why it's pi r squared. So how do we use that formula? So find the area of the following circles. Should really have said there that we're going to use pi equal to 3.14. Okay, because we haven't looked at rounding yet, so we're just going to use it to 3.14. So for the first one, we're given it as the radius, so the formula area is equal to pi times the radius squared. So that's 3.14 multiplied by the radius is 4, so it's 4 squared. Hopefully you can remember the square numbers from the first topic. So that's 3.14 times 4 squared. 4 times 4 is 16. I'm going to use my calculator now, so 3.14 multiplied by 16, we get 50.24. And this is an area we are working out, so its radius is in centimetres, so the area is in centimetres squared. Okay, second one now. We've got the diameter this time, but we've still got to use A equals pi times r squared. If the diameter is 5 metres, that means the radius must be half of that, so that's 2.5 metres. Okay, so putting that into the formula, we've got 3.14 as pi times radius squared, so that's 2.5 squared, and I don't know what 2.5 squared is, I'm going to have to multiply it by 2.5 and then by 2.5 again. So putting that into our calculator now, so 3.14 multiplied by 2.5 and multiply it by 2.5 again, we get 19.625. For this one, the diameter was given in metres, so the area is in metres squared. One more, we're going to look at a compound shape again. And again, not mentioned it here, but we're going to use pi equal to 3.14. For this one, you can hopefully see that if I draw a line down there, we actually end up with a rectangle and 2 semicircles. So we need to find the area of the rectangle and the 2 semicircles. Now I'll do the rectangle first. I know the height is, or the width is 6 meters. I need the length, and if it's going to be quite tricky this, because we know that the diameter of the semicircle is 6, so that means that this length must be the radius, so that must be 3 meters. Likewise, this length here must also be 3 meters. Because we know the diameter was 6, so the radius is half of that, so that gives those two ends as 3 meters, sorry. So that means that this length in the middle must be 4 meters, because they must add up to give 10. 3 add 4 add 3 gives 10. So the area of the rectangle, we know that's 6 meters by 4 meters. 6 times 4 gives me 24 meters square. Now we need to look at the two semicircles. Now what would happen if we got rid of this rectangle in the middle? We'd actually just end up with a circle. The two semicircles would make a single circle with a diameter of 6 meters. And using our formula, the area is pi times radius squared. The diameter is 6, the radius is 3. So substituting that into our formula, so it's 3.14 times 3 squared. I can square 3. 3 times 3 is 9, so it's 3.14 times 9. Using my calculator, 3.14 times 9. We got 28.26. 28.26, and this is an area, it's meters squared. All I need to do now is add on the 24 to the 26.26. So add on the 24. We get 52.26 meters squared.